Today it wants to come on fast. Um, Good morning, everybody. Just getting some stuff together. To be honest, this it's probably going to be a sorry, very short stream. I'm gonna talk about like a couple of news things, but I got two major things I want to talk about, and then no, well, one of them I don't want to talk about, but I will. Anyway, good morning. So let's just get right to it. Bitcoin is at 56,372 right now. It's falling, and I'm somewhat try to talk about some of the reasons I think that's happening. As far as the ETFs, move this out of the way. Bitcoin ETFs record 74 million in outflows, about 37 million a piece on outflows of the. I know I forgot to do something. That's what's going on. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I'm not the most put together today. So hold on. All right, let's see. There we go. Anyway, so the Bitcoin ETFs had inflows of about 30 outflows of about 37 million, and so did the Ethereum ETFs. I'm only this is one that I saw that I have some friends that come from like traditional finance or whatever. When some of them went to school for finances or economics or whatever, and so they're slowly starting to come into crypto. As far as like Bitcoin and Ethereum, because of course they hear about the ETFs and stuff like that. And so one of them was sharing this with me or whatever, and they're when I say coming to, they're not buying it. They're not buying it yet. So, but they're hearing about it and stuff like that, and so they're asking me about this and stuff because Gary Gensler has been, um, saying all his crap. The SEC trying to sue everybody and running everybody away, and so they see this as maybe giving crypto more validity or whatever. I really don't want to talk about politics today. Let me say, just get to what I want to say is, maybe this stuff happens. The people on the other side or of the fence will maybe start coming into crypto because a lot of people, saying, oh, a lot of people scared of crypto and they think it's a scam and we're the retail investors and all that kind of stuff. But maybe stuff like this will bring them back in. But I just feel like they just collect the money. They don't necessarily care about crypto. They just here to collect money. Now, this liar's thumbnail covers a lot of stuff today. I'm gonna try to get through this quickly, but apparently, Nvidia. Yesterday, I talked about Nvidia. Getting the subpoena from the Justice Department, but they said they did not. So we're not sure how the news got started, but everybody was talking about it. So it's going around. The video dropped, and I think I did talk about that yesterday. I was like, sometimes they do stuff like this as ways to say this is why the price dropped or whatever. And then it comes out and they say that wasn't even true. Sometimes these people I'm not talking about the video. Y'all know the people I'm talking about. They put news out like this. They're always going to give you a reason why the price is dropping, whether it's true or not. So yeah, they said they never, I don't want to talk about this one. They said they never got, any subpoena. I think I'm about to just get to the main stuff. I don't want to be long today, but it is important stuff. New crypto debit cards and stuff like that. Let's just get to the important stuff today. I'm not going to drag it out because there's a lot of stuff to pay attention to today. I'm just going through these stories to see how much if I want to talk about any of these smaller ones. I didn't even research this one enough to even talk about it. I don't want to get false information. So let's get to the main stuff. The main stuff. I've been saying this since, I don't know, probably forever, at least May, June, about them lying about the job numbers, the unemployment rate, and all this kind of stuff. And so, yeah, they made me look real stupid in July because I kept saying, "Oh, surprise rate cuts or whatever," and it shouldn't have even been a surprise. It just should have been what it was. But they don't care about doing what's best for the country, or what's the best. Just whatever fits the narrative of how they want the market to flow is what they're going to do. They lied about the employment, unemployment numbers, job rates, whatever crap you want to call it. They lied about all of it. They just make up numbers. They put it out there in reports, sending it out to NBC, CNN, Fox News, wherever they want to send it, and then people are like, "Oh, this is where we are." And the thing that made me upset, and I've been talking about this for a while, the reason, one of the reasons I came fully into crypto, number one, because I wanted to, and because it just was what it was. Like not the music industry as much, but the film industry is just trash right now. Um, and if you're not in the industry, you don't know it. You're just like, well, so I'm still watching TV. I'm still watching Netflix. Like, there's a thing we call pilot season that happens at the beginning of the year. We had no pilot season this year. That's when they shoot new shows for y'all to watch the next season. They have not shooting anything. And y'all just don't know it because you just like, you go on, you watch a stream, and a new movie comes out here. Y'all don't. Another thing most people don't realize, when you watch a movie now, that movie probably was shot 2 to 3 years ago. It's very so often maybe the movie was shot the year before. So when y'all seeing stuff, you thinking like, oh, stuff is normal. I don't know what Zoe's talking about. No, they ain't shoot nothing. And like I say all the time, like, we have some people in the group that work film crew or whatever. So they get a job, they're trying to hold on to that job, and they're trying to move on with that film crew and company to the next film. If y'all got another job, they're right there. And it used to be where they would take breaks and like, all right, I will just work the film. I'm gonna wait a month before I get another gig. Nobody's doing that. Everybody's desperate to work the next job. So the numbers came out and apparently had way more layoffs. Um, Last month they lied about all this stuff. But for me, I've been saying this stuff. This is not, I mean, is it alpha? Maybe it is alpha, but it's like, I'm just looking at the real world. Like, everybody's trying to use AI to get rid of workers. They don't give a crap about people working and needing jobs. They don't care. Only long as their bottom dollar is making money, they'll lay off as many people, cut as many job titles as they need to if they think AI can do it, because everything, or a lot in the States, is based around, well, not just the States, the world is based off individualism instead of collectivism. Like, they only care for a couple of us doing, the top 1%, top 5%. Long as they doing okay, they don't care. Y'all can, as far as they're concerned, everybody can work at McDonald's. As a lot of people been saying for the last year and a half to 2 years, they say you own nothing and be happy with it. And that's where stuff is headed now. You got a bunch of companies buying up all the houses where you used to rent from. There was somebody who owned a house, and they paid somebody to manage it and be the landlord or whatever. And then you paid your rent to that person. Now you got all these companies that are buying up all the rental properties, and they're owned by companies instead of individual people. It's a lot of stuff going on, but it was just right in front of your face. Like I said, even the unemployment numbers, you look around, the problem, I think the problem is, like, everybody goes to social media. Everybody is stunting, acting like everybody's on vacation, seeming like all the time. People with regular jobs. And I was talking to somebody the other day, and they was like, it was some reel they shared about, um, you know, enjoying life and spending money on clothes, stuff I talk about all the time, spending money on clothes and vacations and going out to eat and, drinks and alcohol when you go out with your boys or your ladies or whatever. And I was like, well, that's not really the way you're going to get out of the situation. And they said, they were like, I'm not going to, um, pretty much just like, I work too hard for my money. I'm going to enjoy it before I die. And my mind says, like, do you plan on dying tomorrow? And even if you do, like, drinking a couple, shots of alcohol or buying clothes is not going to change that. Um, But I gotta realize most people are not really looking forward to like having more in life, and like that's the top for them, going out enjoying drinks with their boys or their ladies or whatever, and they're getting used to not owning anything or whatever. Um, but yeah, anyway, yeah, they lied about all these numbers. Anyway, let me get to the point is with the all the layoffs and stuff and the unemployment rate, a lot of people are afraid. They're like, okay, maybe we are coming into recession. And you got people, it's about 50-50. People saying we're about to go into recession. Some people saying we're not going into recession. Maybe they perma bull. In the long run, I still believe crypto is going to make us money. It's going to be here. But when these numbers come out, a lot of people are not happy about it. But the crazy thing about this market is, I'm trying to think of some examples. Something can happen, right? And you like, when this happens, the result of this happening has to be this. Okay, I got to use cliches. That's how I talk. So let's say you talking to your boy, your girl, your homegirl, your homeboy, whatever, and they're in a relationship. And so they're in a relationship, and then they find out that their partner cheated. They tell you about it. They like heartbroken. They all a mess about it. Man, they cheated on me. To you, you're like, all right, the definite outcome of this is you're going to leave that person because they cheated on you and they did you wrong. That's not always the case. And so that's why I feel like what happens in the market. So right now, people are not feeling the best. They're not feeling the best because they're like, oh, recession could come. The markets have been bleeding. And so they're like, that means we're going to go into the dumps. Listen, y'all, they could flip this on us at any moment. That's why I tell people I still hold my positions. And I still don't know if the dump has been big enough for me. We're still at September 5th, right? So we still can have time for a dump. And the main message is just realize that they're going to play major games. It's not going to be pretty. Sorry, I just saw a little update on ETH, and I guess, is it still falling right now? Yeah, it is. Yo, I'm telling y'all, it's not going to be pretty. But at the end of the road, we're going to make some money. And we still got more numbers to come out. Is this Wednesday or Thursday? This Thursday, right? Thursday. So we still got some more numbers to come out tomorrow to decide how the market will go. So yeah, liars. They play these games. I'm just trying to see if I see anything to happen, or is it just more whale games? I even said the other day when I saw it shoot up to, what was it, 58? I was like, this is just whale games, just manipulation. Last thing, and yeah, this is the last thing. I feel like I've only been on here 8 minutes, 13 minutes. And I'll get to you guys' comments and questions. Oh, hold on. What is this? I can't stay on. I'm trying to expand the window and the mouse is being stupid. Let me try to read around this. Maybe that's the reason, but I don't have time to even read the whole thing right now. Labor force set to decline 60% over the next decade. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, that's just what I was just talking about. I don't know if this would be a reason for what the market is doing right now. It could just be more whale games, as I said. I guess this will have to be tomorrow's stream because I can't read all this right now. But as I always say, if y'all see something while we're on stream, then you can mention it. Anyway, to the last thing. I'm a pretty smart person. I feel like I'm a pretty smart person. I usually can see in between the lines of stuff that's going on. Not a lot gets by me. So anyway, we had this situation. I'm not gonna be long about this, but we had this situation on the channel yesterday, and if you were here, you know. And so I saw some. I'm not even gonna talk too deep in this, but I saw some stuff recently. I saw it, and I feel like some people are playing games. And what I'm gathering from what I saw that I didn't realize before is I'm trying to figure out how to say this. Let's put it this way. There's some people playing games, and I'll put it this way. I was talking about some stuff in the group, and I was saying that, and I think I talked about on the channel that somebody just really, I guess, has it out for other influencers right now. And so I was like, yeah, they've been posting videos about this or whatever. And then a couple of people in the group was like, is this video talking about number? There's two things I realized. Number one, excuse me, can't we count? Number one is people don't realize this person has more than one channel, so that's why they couldn't find the videos I was talking about. Number two, there was another video that I felt like they were part of, and I feel strongly about it. And now I'm realizing that a lot of these guys or whatever, whether they have channels or crypto groups or whatever, um, think it's because of me, and it's not. So that's why I said yesterday, I was like, why are y'all coming on my channel with this foolishness? And now I realize why it is. And I'm not saying this in a condescending manner, but if you research crypto and you're a researcher, you have your own groups, your own channels or whatever, one thing you need to be good at is research and realize that these people have multiple channels when I'm talking about this stuff. And so they can play games on one channel and have another facade on another channel. I have no desire to compete with anybody. And I'm realizing more and more that with this whole crypto YouTube thing, it's just a bunch of competition. It's a bunch of I'm the best, come to my group. And I know this because I'm trying to figure out how to say this right. I'll put it this way: I watch quite a few people in the crypto space that I feel like have good information. I don't just watch myself. I never tell anybody watch myself. And so I saw something this morning while watching somebody that I respect a lot, and I think is a cool person. But even watching them talk this morning, and remember what I talked about yesterday, and seeing what they're talking about today, I'm like, oh, so I guess they think it's some competition with me or whatever, and the person who's the real culprit, as people say, is getting away with it. But if I call them out, then I'm back in the same circle of before of crypto drama and all this type of stuff or whatever. It's just annoying, man. It's really annoying. But yeah, so this person I really highly respect. I think is a cool person or whatever. But because of some of the stuff that's been put out, I guess they feel like I'm in some type of competition. I'm gonna tell y'all once and last time, I'm not here to compete with anybody. If you watching my channel and think I'm gonna come on here and talk, not compete with none of y'all. I have nothing to do with any of those videos or whatever. Especially uh, the person who has two channels is the one you should be looking into because all the information and the proof is right there. But I'm just tired, y'all. I'm just really, really tired of all this crazy foolishness going on. But I get it. Kudos to them for being conniving and tricking people and causing as the because I'm a church head, the church mothers where I'm from, they say causing discord, which means it's causing a lot of foolishness, a lot of, as the old people say, riffraff and stuff. So kudos to them for being conniving and deceiving and causing all this mess. But as y'all know, the people I've had problems with in the past, I've even taken a lot of that stuff down. I'm on chill mode, not trying to compete with anybody. And as I said yesterday, giving people a second chance because people do change. Some people change for the worse. Um, some people change for the better. And I've mentioned the person I was talking about in our group. So you need to realize if you're in the group, that person has two channels, and I feel like that's the person that's really causing all this stuff. Um, and for the other video I saw, I don't even know most of those guys, number one. And one of the people that I respect is on there, and they're kind of big, but not that big. But I respect them. But I watched their video this morning, and it felt like it was a like it was like a defense, like they were coming at me because they were coming at me because they thought that I was after them. It's like, no, I respect you. I think they're a cool person, but this is what happens when you get, when people, I'm gonna use this last example. One of the most important things I'm gonna say. Um, there's this example that people talk about with politics, and they say you put black ants and red ants in a jar, and the black ants and the red ants are fine until somebody comes and shakes the jar. And usually the person that's shaking the jar, nobody sees them doing the shaking the jar and whatever. But then you got the black and red ants, they start fighting each other, and they're not supposed to be fighting each other, but they're fighting each other because of somebody shook the jar or whatever. So like I said, I know I know some of these guys are in my group. I know they watch the channel or whatever, but I'm not the one playing games. I don't have time for it. Like I said, 2 weeks ago, I had a really good weekend. I had a good weekend last weekend too, but I had a good weekend 2 weeks ago. It just made me really rethink life. Um, and I don't need that type of stuff in my life. People can run their channels, run their groups, do what they want to do. And I just hope they do the best for people. I don't, I'm not here to compete with anybody. Um, yeah. And like I said, there's more important stuff in life. I try not to talk about this stuff too much because it can be considered dark. But like I said, I've seen too much in my life. As I talked about yesterday, I said I've seen so many people die, like in the moment of death. Um, even back home, uh, there was a one that hasn't been reported. It was like two school shootings yesterday. There were two school shootings. Something else happened. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. I said this yesterday. Everybody thinks because I woke up in good health and I haven't been diagnosed with a disease that I'm going to make it to the next day. And none of these kids ever deserve that. Um, and so I know some of y'all saying, well, so you said you got conservative views and you believe in, right to bear. I definitely do, for reasons I won't get too much into. I believe in it. So, but I realize that everybody doesn't need weapons. I know a lot of bad stuff comes out of it. So um, it's just crazy, man. It's crazy. And say, I think one of the stories hasn't been reported on a lot, so there's really not a lot of information. Before one of the main stories, the kid was like 14, right? Like just made it to high school or whatever. At least that's what they're saying or whatever. So, man, I'm focusing on life, bettering my life, building companies to help other people have jobs. Um, I'm not here for the drama, man. So yeah, people are conniving, deceptive, and um, kudos to them for shaking the jar and completing what they wanted to complete. But I really don't care. I'm just moving on. Um, John's. I just saw. I'm sorry. It's not that I'm reading his comment first. It's just I looked down and saw it first. But if you're in the group, I'll probably talk about that in the group. Um, I don't know, but sometimes you just gotta type names in and find out like, oh shoot, they got, you know, type in all the people you know and then see. Because I'm so when I say I'm just over this whole competition thing that I didn't even realize was going to be a thing. I thought I was just going to sit in my little corner and do this. 'Cause like I said, I got plenty of other channels. I'm never like beefing with somebody else because they got a better basketball channel or a comedy channel. Because I got multiple. So but not until I came here with this crypto thing that I see that it's just crazy. But anyway, John said John said, "What's up, bro? Appreciate the quality content. Appreciate you hanging out with us." Crypto Marco said, "Hey, brother, I'm quite new here and appreciate your content. How do you feel about Casper these days?" Like I said this about I was about to say 3 streams ago. Um, um, I want everybody's project to win because I want everybody to make money in the market. I just think people overshoot their price targets when it comes to Casper. How much this I want to get into? I'm gonna be quick about this. So I want everybody to make money. I think people overshoot their price targets when it comes to Casper. Um, the people are they're over there trying to develop, and you got to give them time because if you get too bullish and you tell people blah 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 is going to happen with the project, and when it doesn't happen, then people get bearish on the project because you're not delivering on promise. But sometimes it's not the project that's trying to deliver on promise. It's the people that's shilling it on different platforms. But what I will say is, and I try not to say this before on the channel, one of the biggest things that, and I just found this out recently. I've studied Casper, understand it probably better than most people to talk about it. One thing I don't like is you can't find their Genesis blocks. So the whole thing has been said about Casper is that Casper's, you know, most decentralized is fair launch or whatever. That no Genesis block thing, that's I've never seen. And I just like I said, I love to talk about how much I know about the space, how much I keep it up in the space, but it's very newish to me as of probably 3 to 5 weeks. That's a huge red flag. That hear me what I say. Listen, because I know how some of y'all gonna take this. I hope Casper does well. There's a lot of people that hold it, a lot of people that do need life changing money, but the facts are just facts. That is very meme coin like. That's what they do with meme coins. You don't know who has been allocated stuff beforehand, and then you get into the community, you just start shilling it. I mean, that is one of the biggest red flags ever that a project could have. Is why not finding your Genesis blocks like it's really bad. This is not me trying to floodcast, but like I said, I hope this is really bad. This is all I can really say. Because that means you don't know if tokens were given to people beforehand. So I'm gonna just leave that alone. You got to do your own research on that. As he said, pre-election, everything will get back to normal. Before election it might crash in December, but as of November should have a good bull. Yeah, I mean, somewhere between October and November, we should leading up to the election, a little bit after, and then they may try to have some dumps in between. There's also a lot of things that I keep saying that you know that could happen in between. They could pull all types of strings, and all I can say is this is not going to be easy. We're getting to the point. There was, coming out of the bear market is easy. The beginning of the bull trend is easy, a little bit easy. Um, March through July should have been easier than it was. But now we're getting to the point where they could pull anything on you, and you kind of just gotta, take that. But yeah. But we gonna see. Yeah, it usually is. But yeah, we're all anyway. Sorry, back to. I mean, like you said, yeah, maybe leading up to election and after it could be. But with this, with all these numbers coming out about layoffs and unemployment and all this kind of stuff, a lot of people getting afraid and saying that we can get a recession. And it doesn't always. I try not to get into this too much because yeah, like people could feel bearish because recession comes means companies are not doing well. Usually, people don't have faith in stocks because the companies are not doing as well. At the same times, in recession, there's some stocks that can do well. Um, so it's just we playing this game of trying to figure out what is misdirection and what's not misdirection, and which is why it's not a good time to be really trying to trade right now. We had some times where it was good, but it's not the best time to be trying to do that right now. John Campoli. I think I'm saying your name. I'll just say John because I might be saying your name incorrect. John said, "What narrative do you see performing the best this cycle?" I'm gonna be honest, man. You don't really know because it's all about the market. I could say what I want. I mean, there's a number of them. You don't. I can say you can ask me top narratives like a couple, but I don't think I can give you one. Because to be honest, a lot of people are even trying to be back and forth on AI now, but it's probably also just because the market is a little bearish right now. Prices are falling. You know, uh, you got a couple AI, RWA, gaming, DPIN. Um, I like modularity a lot. We'll see how that plays out. One that hasn't, and it could come back. One that hasn't been the best, the whole restaking thing. We'll see what happens with that. But yeah, it's a couple of them. I couldn't tell you like the number one best. I wish I could, but because if I did, I would go all in on it. We all speculating. I never try to sound like I know exactly what's going to happen in the future, but you have to have strong feelings about stuff, or else you won't make any investment decisions or whatever. But yeah, there'll probably be a couple. Hot sauce. Is that hot sauce the the basketball phenomenon, Mister Hot Sauce, the street baller? But what's up? Ken Pulley said what? I'll talk about that in the group because I realized from a lot of people asking me about it in the channel and DMs or whatever. I was like, oh, that's how you that's how you getting away with this. But yeah, Mopar said I need the scoop who these folks is. Well, right now I'm just seeing one. And like I said, I guess the others think I'm in some competition with them or something. I don't even know these guys. Like when I say I don't know these guys, I don't know them. Um, Mopar said also I'm oh, ETA of the next possible dip, man, bro. If I had that information, I would have already been a billionaire. I don't know. It depends on what games they want to play. Is all I can say. I mean, right now we on the 56. It's a little trickle down right here. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I wish I knew. I mean, anywhere in well, if I were to try anywhere in probably the next 3 to 4 weeks, maybe, which is doesn't really tell you much. Satoshi Nakamoto said, good morning to you too." Mopar said the YouTube is causing issues. Yeah. Mopar said, "You into football or sports? I know your time and hands." I mainly basketball. I'm not the biggest football guy, and even recently, I've barely been in basketball. And it's funny you said that. It's funny you said that. Not the football and sports thing. You said I know your time and hands in different fields. So yeah, somebody I want. I mean, listen, I'm not trying to be, you know, what you call it, tap dancing for anybody. But yeah, somebody was asking me that. They was like, "How do you do all this stuff?" So, and I think what they were saying is they don't believe it. So I'm gonna show y'all one day. I'm probably come on here and probably like play some of my stuff from different stuff like from jazz, play jazz, classical, hip hop tracks, soundtracks. That's just the music part, and then some other. Well, I can't show you a computer bill, but I do a lot of stuff. And even when I talk to like my friends, they always reminded me like, dude, I don't know anybody like you. Like, I do a lot of stuff, and I do a lot of stuff well. So most people when they hear I do this stuff, they're like, "There's no way this dude does all this." And even my background, like, started with math, went school, started like thinking I was going to be a teacher, went to be then we was trying to move into accounting. I wasn't going to do that. Then move into actuary. So most people trying to figure out like, how do you have all these different sides of your brain? And like when we talk about important stuff, that's one thing I'm starting to realize that I'm blessed to have. Like even when stuff is not going the way I want to in life and stuff, like I'm blessed to have all these like talents and abilities. Like technically I'm a left brain person and I'm a right brain person. Probably more. I don't know which one I'm more of. I do hate clerical stuff though. I hate clerical stuff. Um, I'm probably not the best with time. Organization. It depends on what it is. If I'm good with organization. If I'm producing a film or doing something like that, of course I gotta be. But yeah, I'm in a lot of different fields, man, and I think I'm successful in a lot of different ones. What we got here in the group? I definitely like the ETA of the next dip potentially. Oh yeah, I think I said it a while ago. You saying the dip not big enough? So in my mind, I'm like, Zoe knows something, but I'm checking. Well, it's not necessarily knowing a little something. It's just looking at the timeline and probably how they want stuff to play out and how much they want to scare people out the market and stuff. So it's not like a definitive thing that I know. Well, there's a couple, but we'll see. And like sometimes you just got to DCA as time goes. Like I say this all the time. Sometimes you're going to DCA knowing the price could drop some more, but if you know the upside from where you are is going to be good, then sometimes you just got to do that. Um, yeah, I was going to say something else, but yeah. Anyway, well, you said something else. Sometimes these comments be lagging. I need help with building, thinking about PC gaming, so we can talk about that later. Yeah. We can. Matter of fact, yeah, you don't even have to DM me about that. You can maybe because I know it's boring right now. Maybe we can talk about that in the chat. Um, gaming PC is gaming PC is pretty easy. It's when you get into stuff like what I do with you know color grading and stuff like that with film that you got to have a really good computer. But yeah, if you build your computer, you can get a computer for much cheaper with better specs. But anyway, yeah, we can talk about that in the chat. Um, yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. But so the main topic is if you're coming late is yeah they like I've been saying since May. I don't know if y'all remember that stream when I was just ticked off and I had like a deadpan face because I was like I cannot believe they just put these numbers out and I knew it was a lie. And then they came back. It was like, oh, by the way, we was off by 1 million, bro. Are you serious? You was off by 1 million? Come on, man. But anyway, they've been lying about this stuff for a minute. But yeah, we kind of in their world. Satoshi said, why these guys can't just stay in their lane, always worried about what other people doing? Well, you know what? I can say that, but when you see the little conniving stuff and the little deceptive stuff that's been going on, I can understand why. Um, like I said, I don't know these guys from Adam and Eve, as the old people say, but it's been some games played. It's been some games played, and so uh, that's all I can really say about that. Anyway, I sound like Forrest Gump there. That's all I got to say about that. But yeah, if you want to join the Patreon, patreon.com/cryptozo, and just realize that this crypto market is crazy. And matter of fact, this crypto market is a lot like a box of chocolates. Never know what you're gonna get. So I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. And yeah.